Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolve. Now, earlier last week we talked about Mega Dodrio, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Darmanitan. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation of what this series is about. Now, every week I will be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or I want a Mega Evolution for. Now, this is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post your opinions in the comment section down below about what would you keep, what would you change, and etc. And at the end of every video, we'll be telling you guys which Pokemon we're going to be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Darmanitan. Now, Darmanitan is a Pokemon I would say I would compare to Slacking as well, considering that what I mean by Slacking, a lot of people are kind of contemplating about whether it should receive a Mega Evolution or not, just because of how powerful it is. Because if it does receive a Mega Evolution, I can guarantee you that Pokemon will probably get instantly banned to Ubers or maybe even to Anything Goes, because that's how powerful it is. So I feel like Darmanitan is kind of in the same boat just because of how powerful it is, even though it is in the UU tier from the best of my knowledge. Don't quote me on that, just because I haven't really played competitive Pokemon in a while, other than just random battles on Showdown. But the last time I checked, Darmanitan is in a UU, so I feel like if it receives a Mega Evolution, it'll be kinda real. I wouldn't say kinda, it actually will be very OP, and I can see this thing probably being in OU for a while, but then getting moved up to Ubers because of how powerful it is. So it's not that it needs a Mega Evolution. I mean, obviously, in a sense, it really doesn't. But it's not necessarily going to stop Game Freak from giving any Pokemon a Mega Evolution, because I know I keep bringing this up, and it may sound like a broken record from now and into the future. But he's given Pokemon that doesn't even need a Mega Evolution, like Garchomp. I don't want to say Gyarados, but like Garchomp, Tyranitar, Metagross, and so on and so forth. Like Pokemon that don't even need a Mega Evolution, but they're fan favorites. And I feel like Darmanitan is somewhat a fan favorite Pokemon from 5th gen, to be exact, because the one thing I like about 5th gen, and the only thing I like about 5th gen, is pretty much the Pokemon. It's been a while since I've actually liked a lot of the Pokemon from a lot of the generations. Now, I'm not saying that I hate a lot of the Pokemon from every single generation. It's just that I feel like 5th gen came out with a good variety of brand new Pokemon, and Darmanitan is one of them. Now, before we actually get into this, I do want to ask you guys, do you guys want me to do a 1.5 kind of Mega Evolution video for Darmanitan's Zen mode, or no? Because right now, when it comes to this Mega Evolution, I'm basically talking about its fire type, its sheer force ability, and all that. So if you guys want me to do another part in sense for Darmanitan for its Zen mode, then let me know. But other than that, as you can tell from what I've done to its stats, I did increase everything because honestly I felt like everything needed to get increased. Now, for its physical attack, I increased it from base 140 to base 170. Now, I would have increased it higher, probably to base 180, but I feel like that's even pushing it. I mean, I feel like base 170 is a very balanced attack stat for a Pokemon like Darmanitan. Its physical attack stat already without the Mega Evolution, it's base 140, and that's very, very powerful for just a Pokemon without a Mega Evolution. So I really, like I said, didn't want to overly increase it, but I also wanted to give it a good chunk of the base that a normal Mega gets to Darmanitan, and I feel like I said, base 170 is very, very good. I mean, this thing gets access to Flare Blitz, Fire Punch, Super Power. Does this thing get access to... It does get access to Earthquake. I mean, this thing gets access to a lot of good physical type attacks. I really haven't necessarily used a Darmanitan in competitive play before, other than just the standard set. I believe it's Rock Slide, U-Turn, Flare Blitz, and or Fire Punch and Super Power, and that's it. But it does get access to a very good variety of a move pool. I mean, this thing also does get access to Zen Headbutt. So, like I said, you do have a good variety of a physical move pool for a Pokemon like Darmanitan, which you will literally probably just do a big chunk to any Pokemon that this thing comes across. So, like I said, base 170, I feel like it's very balanced for a Pokemon like Darmanitan. For its special attack, I decided to leave it alone as base 30. Obviously, it's not a special attacker whatsoever. Well, I can't really say that, because to an extent, it is a special attacker, because like I said, and this is part of the reason why I was saying, you guys want me to do a part 2 or like a 1.5 type of deal for Darmanitan to talk about its Zen mode, because when it goes into Zen mode, its special attack and physical attack pretty much switch stats. Like pretty much its physical attack is base 30 and its special attack is base 140, and its defenses do get actually I would say a 50% boost to it, or a +2 in its defenses, because it goes from base 55 to base 105 in both of its defenses. So like I said, this is partially the reason why I was saying, do you want me to make like a part 1, 1.5, part 2, whatever the case may be. If you guys want me, I'll make it like instantly and upload it, probably on a random day or something like that. But anyways, like I said, just for now, I left this special attack alone. Honestly, there's no reason for me to actually increase it, because it's still going to be piss poor, and also there's no reason for me to decrease it, because Darmanitan's stats are actually very decent to the point where it doesn't need there's no reason for me to actually decrease one of its stats to increase another stat. So for special attack, I left it alone. Now for its defenses, I increased it from base 55 to base 80. Now the one thing I really like about Darmanitan is that it's very fast and very powerful, but the one thing that's kind of hindering it, I would say, from probably getting put into like OU, or maybe I think it's in UU or BL, I can't remember, but I know it's not an OU, but the one thing I feel like that's kind of hindering it from being OU is its defenses, because with base 55 of both of its defenses, just as a regular Darmanitan is literally piss poor, this thing will not be able to live literally anything because of how bad it is. So I increased it to base 80 because I feel like it needs a good defensive boost. I mean, with the design that I'm using for this video, it looks like it should be a bulky Pokemon as well, not just an overly offensive Pokemon. So like I said, it needs a defensive boost, so I feel like base 80 is actually decent. If you guys watch any of my previous Y Mega Evolve videos, and I know you guys have, any base at base 80 I feel like is actually pretty good, or even stats at base 80 are very, very good. And I made them base 80 for Darmanitan just because it does have some natural bulk behind it, because it does have base 105 HP, so it's not going to be like, oh, it's going to get one shot, it's going to be a glass cannon. No, it actually has some natural bulk behind it, covering it with its HP. Now for its speed, I increased it just a little bit from base 95 to base 115. Now I would increase it a little bit higher, but the design that I'm using kind of hindered me from doing that, just because like its design looks like it can be really, really fast, but I didn't want to overly increase its speed just because of its design. But at the same time, that kind of what hindered me for me to actually increase it all that much. But even so, I feel like base 115 is actually a very decent speed stat for a Pokemon like Darmanitan, because obviously you're not going to be using like any items, considering that all Mega Evolutions except for like Mega Rayquaza, so I don't want to hear any like smart ass comments, but besides like Mega Rayquaza, obviously like every Pokemon is going to have to hold a Mega Stone, so you can't really run like Choice Scarf, Life Orb, Choice Band, or like Focus Sash, whatever the case may be. So once again, base 115 is actually a very good speed stat for a Pokemon like Darmanitan. There's a lot of Pokemon that are like below base 115 speed in the OU tier, so I feel like if it does get a Mega Evolution like this with the exact same base stats, I feel like this Pokemon will be a very overused like Mega Evolution, and possibly will like outclass Mega Kangaskhan at some point, because I can tell you right now, I'm not a huge fan of Mega Kangaskhan just because of like it being very, very overused in VGC. So I don't know, like I said, base 115, I feel like it's a very good speed stat and balanced base stat for a Pokemon like Darmanitan. Now, as a regular Darmanitan, its base stats at 480, with the Mega Evolution is going to be at 580. Now, for its ability, I decided to give this thing Defiant. Now, the reason why I gave it Defiant is because, like how monstrous Darmanitan is, it's obviously a physical attacker. Now, what Defiant does, if you don't know, pretty much whenever like a stat is lower, whether if it's your speed, your defenses, or whatever the case may be, coming from your opponent, so like moves like Superpower won't really you won't get the boost because of like Superpower, I don't think. But pretty much like if your speed is decreased because of Sticky Webs, or your opponent comes out with like an Intimidate Pokemon, then you will get a +1 in physical attack. Now I don't know when it comes down to like Intimidate if you get the +1 or your attack stat just becomes neutral again. I don't know, but either way, fight, you will get a +1 if your stats are or will get decreased. And I feel like it would be a very good ability for Pokemon like Darmanitan, just because of how powerful this thing is, and I might as well just give it an amazing ability for its Mega Evolution. I feel like Defiant is a good ability to pretty much give to a Pokemon like Darmanitan. So last but not least, it's typing. I left it alone as fire. I was thinking about making this thing part fighting, but with the amount of fighting type starters we have, fighting fire is probably my least favorite typing, just because I'm not really a huge fan on a lot of the fire starters. I mean, the only one I like is like Charizard, Typhlosion, and probably Infernape, and that's it. So like I said, I just leave it as fire because I don't want to like make it part fight and have a lot of people say, oh, you should have just left it as fire. It's perfect like that as it is, which I will agree to. So like I said, I decided to leave it as just plain fire. So with all that said, there is Mega Darmanitan. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Now, the next Pokemon we are going to be doing is from 5th Gen, so I kind of want to start talking a lot more about the 5th Gen Pokemon, just because I really haven't talked about a lot of them as of late, and I feel like I'm neglecting that generation. And so the next Pokemon we are going to be talking about is going to be Cinccino. So like I said, anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. So this is White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.